It's week 18 of A Year of Wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 121. Job 1. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God with reverence, and abstained from and turned away from evil because he honored God. 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. He also possessed 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke pairs of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very great number of servants, so that this man was the greatest and wealthiest and most respected of all the men of the east, northern Arabia. His sons used to go in turn and feast in the house of each one on his day, and they would send word and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. When the days of their feasting were over, Job would send for them and consecrate them, rising early in the morning and offering burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, "It may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts." Job did this at all such times. Now there was a day when the sons of God, angels, came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan, adversary, accuser, also came among them. The Lord said to Satan, "From where have you come?" Then Satan answered the Lord, "From roaming around on the earth and from walking around on it." The Lord said to Satan, "Have you considered and reflected on my servant Job? For there is none like him on earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God with reverence, and abstains from and turns away from evil, because he honors God." Then Satan answered the Lord, "Does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not put a hedge of protection around him, and his house and all that he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and conferred prosperity and happiness upon him, and his possessions have increased in the land. But put forth your hand now and touch, destroy, all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." Then the Lord said to Satan, "Behold, all that Job has is in your power. Only do not put your hand on the man himself." So Satan departed from the presence of the Lord. Now there was a day when Job's sons and daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And a messenger came to Job and said, "The oxen were plowing and the donkeys were feeding beside them, and the Sabaeans attacked and swooped down on them and took away the animals. They also killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "The fire of God," lightning, "has fallen from the heavens and has burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "The Chaldeans formed 3 bands and made a raid on the camels, and have taken them away, and have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you." While he was still speaking, another messenger also came and said, "Your sons and your daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house, and suddenly a great wind came from across the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they died. And I alone have escaped to tell you." Then Job got up, tore his robe, and shaved his head in mourning for the children. And he fell to the ground and worshipped God. He said, "Naked, without possessions, I came into this world from my mother's womb, and naked I will return there. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Through all this, Job did not sin, nor did he blame God. Proverbs 1. The Proverbs, truths obscurely expressed, maxims, of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know skillful and godly wisdom and instruction. To discern and comprehend the words of understanding and insight. to receive instruction in wise behavior and the discipline of wise thoughtfulness, righteousness, justice, and integrity, that prudence, good judgment, astute common sense may be given to the naive or inexperienced, who are easily misled. And knowledge and discretion, intelligent discernment, to the youth. The wise will hear and increase their learning, and the person of understanding will acquire wise counsel and the skill to steer his course wisely and lead others to truth. To understand a proverb and a figure of speech or an enigma with its interpretation, and the words of the wise and their riddles that require reflection. The reverent fear of the Lord, that is, worshiping Him and regarding Him as truly awesome, is the beginning and the preeminent part of knowledge, its starting point and its essence. But arrogant fools despise skillful and godly wisdom and instruction and self-discipline. My son, hear the instruction of your father, and do not reject the teaching of your mother, for they are a garland of grace on your head, and chains and ornaments of gold around your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, "Come with us, let us lie in wait to shed blood, let us ambush the innocent without cause, let us swallow them alive like Sheol, the place of the dead, even whole as those who go down to the pit of death. We will find and take all kinds of precious possessions. We will fill our houses with spoil. Throw in your lot with us," they insist. "We will all have one money bag in common." My son, do not walk on the road with them. Keep your foot far away from their path, for their feet run to evil, and they hurry to shed blood. Indeed, it is useless to spread the baited net in the sight of any bird. But when these people set a trap for others, they lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives and rush to their destruction. So are the ways of everyone who is greedy for gain. Greed takes away the lives of its possessors. Wisdom shouts in the street. She raises her voice in the markets. She calls out at the head of the noisy streets, where large crowds gather. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks her words. How long, O naive ones, you who are easily misled, will you love being simple-minded and undiscerning? How long will scoffers, who ridicule and deride, delight in scoffing? How long will fools, who obstinately mock truth, hate knowledge? If you will turn and pay attention to my rebuke, behold, I, wisdom, will pour out my spirit on you. I will make my words known to you, because I called and you refused to answer. I stretched out my hand and no one has paid attention to my offer. And you treated all my counsel as nothing and would not accept my reprimand. I also will laugh at your disaster. I will mock when your dread and panic come. When your dread and panic come like a storm and your disaster comes like a whirlwind. When anxiety and distress come upon you as retribution. Then they will call upon me, wisdom, but I will not answer. They will seek me eagerly, but they will not find me. Because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, that is, obeying Him with reverence and awe-filled respect. They would not accept my counsel, and they spurned all my rebuke. Therefore, they shall eat the fruit of their own wicked way and be satiated with the penalty of their own devices. For the turning away of the naive will kill them, and the careless ease of self-righteous fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me, wisdom, will live securely and in confident trust, and will be at ease without fear or dread of evil. Ecclesiastes 1. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, vanity of vanities. All that is done without God's guidance is vanity, futile, meaningless, a wisp of smoke, a vapor that vanishes. merely chasing the wind. What advantage does man have from all his work, which he does under the sun while earthbound? One generation goes and another generation comes, but the earth remains forever. Also, the sun rises and the sun sets, and hurries to the place where it rises again. The wind blows toward the south, then circles towards the north. The wind circles and swirls endlessly, and on its circular course the wind returns. All the rivers flow into the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place where the rivers flow, there they flow again. All things are wearisome, and all words are frail. Man cannot express it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor is the ear filled with hearing. That which has been is that which will be again. And that which has been done is that which will be done again. So there's nothing new under the sun. Is there anything of which it could be said, "See, it is new"? It's already existed for the vast ages of time, recorded or unrecorded, which were before us. There is no remembrance of earlier things, nor also of the later things that are to come. There will be for them no remembrance by generations who will come after them. I, the preacher, have been king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I set my mind to seek and explore by man's wisdom all human activity that has been done under heaven. It is a miserable business and a burdensome task which God has given the sons of men with which to be busy and distressed. I have seen all the works which have been done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity, a futile grasping and chasing after the wind. What is crooked cannot be straightened, and what is defective and lacking cannot be counted. I spoke with my heart, saying, "Behold, I have acquired great human wisdom and experience, more than all who were over Jerusalem before me. And my mind has observed a wealth of moral wisdom and scientific knowledge. And I set my mind to know practical wisdom and to discern the character of madness and folly, in which men seem to find satisfaction. I realize that this too is a futile grasping and chasing after the wind. For in much human wisdom there is much displeasure and exasperation. Increasing knowledge increases sorrow." And as always, I appreciate you being here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell so you'll get notifications, and make sure to hit that like button as well. And I will see you tomorrow. Maranatha.
And my heart is worry-worn. I know without a doubt you'll carry me out of the storm. I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.